Hello and welcome back to another video on Prodigy RP. So recently there has been a lot of people joining Prodigy, and honestly I think they accepted like 2,000 or 3,000 applications in the last couple weeks. So today I figured I'd make something for a lot of people that are starting off on the server and not sure what to do, and that is to go through all of these starter jobs. Now if we take a look at our phone, we can actually see all of them. So there's farming, fishing, garbage, hunting, lumberjack, mining, and salvaging, and today we are going to check all of them out to kind of show you guys how they are all done and kind of get an idea of which ones are probably worth doing more than the other. So today, that's what we're going to be doing. So if you guys do want to check out any of the individual jobs, I will have them timestamped, or you can scroll along the timeline of this video to check out the different parts. But for now, we're going to start off with farming. So to start it off, all you got to do is go over here, hit start on the labor app, and then of course it tells us we have to go speak with the farm supervisor. If we pull up our map, we can see he is located all the way in Grapeseed right over here. So let's head over to him and check this job out. Alrighty, so we're pulling up to the farm supervisor. I believe it's this fella right here is what it looks like. So we are going to go up here. That's not him. We're gonna go around the building. That looks like him. And let's quickly talk of him. We're gonna hit start work. Then it says harvest cucumbers, and it will give us an area to go harvest at. So let's go over there and start harvesting these up. Now you can of course bring your car all around, but honestly you're staying in pretty much this area over here, so you can just kind of stay here and you're just going to go over these things and hit E, and it should start harvesting it. Now one tip before we do harvest this, I will show you. It said 35 seconds. Now a big tip is you can actually get these espressos and use them, and it will decrease the time it takes to do various activities, whether it's mining, whether it's picking the cucumbers, whether it's doing this or that. It really helps out a lot, and a lot of places have good deals on them where you can buy like 10 for a certain amount. Definitely helps with a lot of these starter jobs. Now we're gonna hit E and we should start harvesting, and now you can see it's 20 seconds. Took a whole 15 seconds off of our time, but we're gonna quickly go through, harvest all 12 of these cucumbers, and then we'll move on with the job. Alrighty, we're finishing up the cucumbers and we're gonna see what it gives us next. It's going to give us the oranges, and as you can see they're quite far away. So as I was saying, you don't have to always move your car, but you definitely do get some of these ones that are quite far away, and definitely helps having a car with you. So definitely recommend bringing one to wherever you're gonna go. So we're gonna go over to the oranges, harvest some of those. And what's really cool about this job, and one of the main purposes for doing it, and as you're gonna see, there are purposes for doing each and every job on the starter jobs list, because they do give you extra stuff that you can then use to facilitate RP, as well as potentially sell them to other players. So from this job we of course get different vegetables. So right now we have 23 cucumbers on us. We can go find some restaurants or businesses that use those in their product, and of course we can then sell it to them. So if you do want to just focus on farming, kind of work on it a ton, and go try and make deals with businesses, that's free for you to do. But there are plenty of different options, as you will see in this list, of different materials you'll be getting and different materials that you can use to sell to other players. So again, we're gonna go harvest all these oranges and we'll get through all those and show you guys what we end up with after one run of farming. Alrighty, finishing up with the oranges. Some nice cop sirens in the background. Seems like we didn't get another location. We just have to return to him. We got about 33 oranges from that. And again, there are businesses that buy and sell and of course use these ingredients. So if you want to make this your main job, go find some different businesses that use these things regularly and try and become their sole supplier. You definitely could do that. But let's head on back to the farm supervisor right on over here, and we now should be able to come up to him, hit finish job, and there we go, $915. And that's about it for the farming job. Again, just to summarize, basically you start off, talk to this fella. He'll give you some different crops, vegetables, and fruits to pick. When you're done, you'll come back, turn it in, and you get to keep all of the different food items that you get. Now let's move on to the next job, which of course is going to be the fishing job. So let's hit start on this, And again, it says buy fishing equipment and start fishing. So we are going to head on over to the Chumash Pier, where we're going to go buy all of the stuff we need for fishing. Now, this is one of the couple jobs that do have a startup cost. This one, along with, I believe, mining and hunting, there are a couple items that you will have to buy to start them off with. But again, buying these items will allow you to use them for pretty much indefinitely. Again, some of these do have durabilities, but most of them, you know, you'll just buy a pickaxe and be able to use that for at least a week or at least a couple days. So either way, there are some of these jobs that do have a startup cost, but usually it's not too bad. So let's head on over to the fishmonger or man or whatever you want to call him and buy some equipment. Alrighty, rolling up to the fish area, or we should be able to buy some equipment. Let's quickly grab out a little bit of cash and head on over to this fella who we should just be able to talk to. Go into the shop, and it seems like a fishing rod costs around 750, so not bad. Let's also buy, let's say, 10 of the worm bait and 10 of the lugworm bait. And I'm guessing we're also going to need a knife, so let's grab that as well. And I'm pretty sure we can just go fishing anywhere. So let's head to the end of the pier. I'm not exactly sure if there's specific areas where we have to fish, but that's how we're gonna figure it out. So I'm guessing we can just head on down the pier here. It seems like there's some other people here probably fishing as well. And let's see if we're able to just cast out our line like I'm guessing we're gonna be able to. So let's use the fishing rod. There we go. And I guess we just wait here. So it says we have to catch 30 fish to be able to turn this in. So that is what we're going to try and do. So let's wait here for a little bit, see if we can get our first one on the line. All right, we just got our first fish. Seems like it's very fast, kind of comes out of nowhere. Ended up getting a soggy boot. So unfortunately it doesn't count towards our fish, but we're gonna keep going at it. See what else we can catch. All right, got our next one. Ended up getting a rockfish from that. Okay, again, no idea what these worth. I believe I can show it on screen now what they're worth, as we did see it earlier when we were checking out the fishmonger over there. But I'm gonna probably go through. I think we're gonna have to grab a little bit more bait, as I only grabbed 20 bait, and of course we need to catch 30 fish. So I'm gonna go buy a little bit more bait, keep fishing here, see if we can get all 30 of them. It might take a little bit of time, but shouldn't be too bad. Again, we have to catch 30 fish to finish off the activity, and I believe we only get like $500 from finishing it, but of course there is also a lot of money from selling the fish themselves. I'm not sure if there's rare items, but I have heard of someone getting a treasure chest, so that's always in the loot pool if we're gonna be able to possibly get one. That time we got a bass. Okay, but we're gonna keep on going here and hopefully catch the rest of these 28 fish. We need more, and I will see you guys back once we're done with that, seeing what the payout is and if there's anything else to do after catching all these fish. Either way, I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Oh, okay, so quickly, I didn't know that this would happen, but I ended up using the boot and we ended up getting 5 rings from it. So I'm guessing these like junk items that you get, you can use them and potentially get other stuff from it. Can any of these usable? No. Okay, very interesting though. Did not know that was a thing. So you can get like random loot from this as well from using the boots, and I'm guessing we can get other various items. I'm gonna probably save them on us until the end when I'm done fishing, and then we'll open them all together. But yeah, I think that's gonna be definitely a little interesting. Glad we can get some extra stuff from this that will hopefully make it worth our while. Either way, we're gonna keep fishing though, try and get the rest of these fish. Alrighty, so we've got 29 fish. Took about 33 minutes since we started the job. Now, I did have a couple instances where the little timer or the little skill check did lag, and unfortunately I missed it. So you definitely can do this in a lot less time than the amount of time it took me to do it. But again, we should be getting our last fish here any second now. There it is. And yeah, as you can see, it was very laggy. I'm not sure if it's something that I'm doing or it's just the server itself, but there's been quite a lot of lag trying to do this fishing job. But guess we're gonna have to wait for the next fish. Hopefully we can catch that one. There we go. Finally caught the last fish. Got our 500 bucks. Now let's quickly go down here and see how much all these fish sell for. So we should be able to sell to this guy. Before we do though, let's see what we got. We ended up getting 7 rockfish, 12 bassfish, 11 kelpfish, and 2 soggy boots. As you can see, the lag right now is a little bad, but it's usually not this bad. Not sure what's going on today. It might just be an off day, but let's go over here and quickly check our cash before we turn this in. So we're at 1281. Let's sell all of those, sell all of those, and sell all of those, and I believe that is it. So again, 1281 to, oh my, we made almost $3,500 from that, and about probably could have done that in 20 minutes if we did do it efficiently and we didn't miss a bunch of the skill checks. But wow, this is definitely one of the higher paying jobs. And let's also use one of these soggy boots. We got 3 rubber from it. Let's use another one, and we got 1 scrap metal. So nothing crazy from those 2 boots, but the 5 rings is definitely quite nice. It's around probably 150 bucks. So overall, like $3,700 from that job. Really good money, if I'm being honest. Now let's move on to the next one, and that is going to be the garbage job. This is one of my favorite jobs, definitely one that gets you a lot of materials. So let's hit start on that. It will give us a location over at the garbage area. We're gonna go over there, pick up a garbage truck, and I'll explain the rest once we're there. Let's head over there and start this up right now. Alrighty, so we're here at the garbage spot. Now what you're going to want to do is go to the back over here, and there should be a foreman right here. What we're going to do is quickly talk to him, hit start work, and we're going to want to talk to him again, borrow a garbage truck. Boom, there we go. Now another tip to go along with everything in this video that's very important, and for a reason, is that you can do all of these jobs pretty much in groups if you would like to. So if you want to, you can go over to the labor app, go down to the middle section called groups. You can either create a group from here or join an already created group with people obviously that you know that are going to accept you into the group for whatever job you're doing. And all the jobs still pay out the same per person. Like for instance, this job I believe pays out, I believe it's $1,200. Yeah, $1,200. And if you have 4 people, 5 people, I believe the max is 5, you will each get $1,200, and you can do the job in about, of course, the 1/5 of the time. So it's definitely worth getting some friends together, or potentially just going to some of these jobs and asking around if anyone would want to kind of become part of a group and doing these activities as a group. First of all, it adds a lot of RP to it, as well as just more interaction with other players, as well as you're able to do these jobs a lot faster and a lot more efficiently. But let's keep going along with the garbage job. So when you get this garbage truck and start the job, you're going to be given a location. As you can see, this is our first location, and we're going to want to go over there and basically collect a bunch of garbage bags, garbage bins, and trash cans, which you can all grab little garbage bags from it and put it into the back of this garbage truck. And then you're going to go to the next location, as you'll see, and do the same. Now over time you'll find spots that have a lot more trash than others, and kind of figure out what the best spots are to go in every location. So definitely worth doing this job for a while, getting used to it, and finding out which spots you can get the most trash from, and of course do the job the fastest. Now as we are doing this on our own, it's probably going to take a little bit of time, but without further ado, let's head over to the first zone, find a decent spot, and I'll show you guys how this job works. All right, over at our first stop, again, you can collect the trash from quite a lot of things. So you can collect it from these big trash bins over here, and just go into the back and toss the garbage on in. You'll get some items as well from picking up this garbage, so it's definitely worth doing. You can't grab it from these big dumpsters, but you can grab it from all these small ones, as well as trash bags, which we'll probably see later on while doing this job. So let's just grab the ones from this area. We're gonna move on and keep going with this, and as you see, as we're turning these things in, we are also getting various materials. So this job is definitely worth it if you are trying to get materials as well. You can get recycled goods, and with these recycled goods that we are getting, we can actually turn them in at the garbage spot as well to get some extra materials, and actually choose what materials we want to get from him. So definitely if you're trying to get some materials, garbage is a good way to go, especially if you have a bunch of extra people in your group to make it go by fast. But let's keep going along the far route, see what else we can get. All right, at the next location, Gonna keep grabbing these bags, turn them in, and of course getting recycled goods. And I believe you can get some other materials as well. We got, I believe, those gold rings or earrings earlier. There we go, some plastic. Definitely, again, a good way to get a decent amount of materials. So there are some other jobs that do offer quite a lot of different and other materials that you can also get. So we're going to be checking those out as well today. But again, I'm going to keep going on and do the rest for this area, as this area does take a little bit since there's not many trash areas that are conveniently grouped together. So we're just going to keep on going, try and get the rest of these 15 bags in Rockford Hills, and I'll show you guys what happens once we get all 15. So as I said before, you see these garbage drags on the ground. We're actually able to grab trash from that as well. So definitely while you're doing this job, keep an eye out. If you see any of these garbage bags on the floor, especially big groups of them, that's where you're going to get the majority of your trash. But let's get these last couple ones that are here. And we only need about 3 more things left, so let's quickly get them. And this should be the last one, and then once we toss this garbage in, it will give us a new location. So as you can see, now we have to go to the downtown area. If we look on our map, it's right over here, so not too far from us, and I believe there are some areas over there that have a decent amount of trash, so this one shouldn't be too hard. Let's head over to the next area, get all of those, and see if we get another area or if we're able to go turn this job in and finish it up. Alrighty, so this should be the last one for this area. Now he'll either give us another area or tell us to come back to base. So let's see. We have one more area, I believe. It's going to be in South Los Santos, right down here. Now there is some really good spots to pick up trash here. So we're going to head over there and hopefully get it all very quickly. Alright, so we're at the next zone, and as you can see, there is quite a lot of trash bags here. And a lot of dumpsters. So thankfully with this zone we should be able to do it all in this one little area. Now something weird with these trash bags is you see how we can grab trash on most of these. If there is one that you're not able to grab trash from, simply just give it a little kick, move it along a little bit, and it should fix that. So just wanted to tell you guys that as well. It is a little bit of a bug. I don't see it super often, but in case you do encounter it, just, you know, kick the trash bags a little bit and it should fix it. So we're gonna keep doing the rest of this trash here. We should honestly be able to do all of it in this one area, and then we should be able to go turn in this, get our $1,200, and then I'll show you guys what you're able to do with the recycled goods. So let me finish this up, and I'll see you guys once we're back at the little garbage area depot doing our turn in, as well as turning in some of these materials over. So I'll see you guys once we're done with this in just a little bit. Alrighty, so we're now heading back. We ended up getting one more location after the last location. It seems like you usually get anywhere from 3 to 4 different locations that you have to go pick up trash from, and we're finally done with it. So let's go over here. Now we don't have to pull this all the way in. We can just kind of park it behind here, and now we should be able to go back up to the foreman. And what you're going to want to do is actually hand in the truck first. So we're going to go over to him, hit return garbage truck. After that, we're going to talk to him again, hit complete job. There we go, making $1,200. And after you're done with that, you're going to want to come back to this area over here. And as you can see, there are people that do buy these recycled goods. Like, for instance, this guy is selling or buying 300 recycled goods for $1,500, which is honestly not that bad. But we can also go over here and change them into stuff for ourselves. So if we need any of these materials for anything, we're able to switch it into that. For now, I just like turning it all into iron bars, since I do use those in my profession, as well as I believe they sell for around $80 each, so a decent amount of money if I did want to sell them. Now, before we move on to the next job, as we are turning in all these materials, it will take a little bit of time, but it will change them all over into iron bars. I did want to bring up something very important that is also quite unique to the server, and that is, as you're doing all the various jobs, you will be earning a reputation with the various ones. So for instance, you can see we have various reputation levels with the various jobs that we have tried out today, as well as other jobs that I've tried out in the past. Now, the levels are pretty arbitrary for the most part. I haven't noticed a real difference between like no rank and rank 1, but with certain jobs, from what I've found out so far on my own, is that you may unlock new kinds of the job as you level them up. Like, for example, when we hit rank 3 salvage, we actually had unlocked a chop shop, as I showed in a video a couple ones ago. And I'm guessing as you do rank up to rank 3 in these various different jobs, you may unlock new things to be able to do. It's definitely something to keep an eye on if you do want to focus on 1 or 2 jobs and kind of level those up. See if you unlock anything new once you get to the higher levels. It's definitely a really cool way to kind of track your progression and actually have some progression with the various starter jobs on the server. But next, without further ado, that's about it for the garbage job. We are going to be heading on over to the hunting one. Now, I personally haven't done this one before, but we're gonna figure it out together. So let's head over there. I believe we are gonna have to buy ourselves a rifle as well as some ammo. So I'll hit start, and it's gonna take us all the way up north, I believe, near Sandy, over to this little hunter's lodge where we're gonna go buy all of our equipment. Now, thankfully, I believe we do need a knife, but as we saw earlier, we did end up buying that from the fishmonger, so we do have a knife on us already. So I'm gonna go head up there to the hunting place, probably drop off some stuff at my apartment on the way just to free our inventory a little bit. And let's head all the way up north to Polito and go talk to this shop owner, buy some stuff for him, see how much that hunting rifle and ammo costs, and then try out the hunting job. All right, so we are arriving over at the hunting lodge. Gonna just pull in here, and if we go inside, we should be able to talk to him. First of all, we are going to need to buy a hunting rifle, so we have something ineligible to purchase this item. Maybe we have to check in. My other idea is you may have to actually have a license for this. Let's see though. Yeah, we cannot purchase it currently, so I'm guessing you may need a license for the hunting rifle. But as you can see, we do have a pistol on us, so we could try that out. Seems like there's quite a large area that you're able to hunt in, so I guess we're gonna try it out with our pistol. Now, optimally, you'll probably want to use a hunting rifle for this, but you may need to actually get yourselves a either, let me see, is there actually a hunting license? I'm not sure if that's a thing. Yeah, so there is a hunting license, so you may have to get yourselves a hunting license. Now, I'm not sure how you go about that. I'm guessing you may have to talk to PD or possibly at the city hall or something of the sort, because I didn't see any way to actually do it. So let me go around. We are going to see if we can find any animals, try and hunt them. Well, there's a bunny right there. Let's try and find something a little bit bigger. Usually there's a lot of cougars. There's a deer right over there. So let's try this out. We are gonna, again, not the best off-road vehicle, but we're gonna try this out with a pistol. Again, you do kind of want a hunting rifle for this, but let's see. Okay, we got one. Let's see if we're actually able to harvest it, or do you actually need to have a hunting rifle? It seems like we're able to harvest it. Perfect. Okay, so you don't have to have a hunting rifle for this, although it is recommended. I'm a little scared the cops might come here eventually, but we're gonna keep hunting, see how this goes, and let's see what we get from our first doe. We got, okay, so you get venison. It seems like we only got one of them. I'm guessing, first of all, that you can probably sell this to a lot of the different restaurants that actually need this meat for probably a good price. We may be able to sell it at the actual hunter guy, but I'm not sure if that's the case. So I'm gonna keep going around here, see if we can get another 5 animals and turn this in, and I guess see what happens. We got a cougar right over here. Just a little bit of a scary animal, but we should have just got him. There we go. Oh no, he's getting back up. There we go. This is how you hunt as an American. Okay, we'll get close. Now he should be done. Nope. Okay, I think that's it. One more in the head just to make sure. And we should be able to pull out our knife. There we go. Harvest mountain lion. Whew. Got about 4 more animals to go after this one, so hopefully we're going to be able to do it. Let's see what we get for harvesting the cougar. We just got 3 regular meat. All right, 4 more animals to go. I'm probably just going to skip through this, do the 4 animals, and then I will see you guys once we've done all of them, see what we get both for meat as well as what we get for the turn in, and I will see you guys in just a little bit once we're done hunting. Alrighty, so we finished hunting about the 6 animals, ended up getting 9 venison and 3 meat, mostly only hunted deer. So we're gonna go and quickly turn this in. Honestly, it really did not take very long, but let's finish the job. There we go, $850. And of course, as with all the jobs, you get a little bit of rep, as you can see in, where is it, hunting? Right there, we moved up a little bit. Not sure what happens when you get to the higher levels. Maybe you're able to do like big game hunts or something like that. Could be cool. Now, I did want to double check before we forgot. Are we able to sell this meat to him straight up? I don't believe so. It doesn't seem like it. So you are going to have to sell this meat, I believe, to another player. Again, a lot of the ones that run restaurants, I believe, are in heavy need of meat. So if you want to make this your profession and kind of focus on that, you could definitely do so. But we are now going to move it on to the next job, which is going to be the Lumberjack job, conveniently right across the street. So we don't really have to go too far. And I have done this one before. It's a little dangerous, honestly, because there are quite a bit of cougars in these woods, but let's head over to it and check it out. All right, so coming up to the Lumberjack job. Again, this is another one that does have a little bit of a starting cost, as I believe you have to buy a hatchet. So if we talk to this fella, we can either turn in planks, which is what we're going to be doing during this work, or buy a hatchet. So we're going to buy our hatchet here for 250 bucks. We're going to hit start work, and now we should be able to kind of just take this hatchet out. And as you'll see on the map, there is a ton of different trees you are able to go and get. Now, I recommend doing ones kind of more over in this area, as there's a lot less cougars here. If you do go into the areas down that over in that area, there is a lot of cougars that you have to kind of be worried about. But if we come down here, we should be able to hit E, start chopping the tree, and you will get some logs from it. Let's do this chop real quick, and I'll show you what we get. Here we go, finishing it up, and boom, there's 1 oak log, and you can get around, I think, 4 to 5 from every tree. We need 15 total, so I'm gonna go chop down all the trees that I can, get those 15 logs, and I'll show you guys what we're gonna do next. All right, so I just finished getting the rest of the oak logs. You can see we now have 15 of them in our inventory. We're gonna head on back up to the main area. And now that we're here, this took me a while to figure out, but we actually have to go all the way up here. I don't know if there is a symbol that it gives you, so it is pretty straightforward, but it took me a bit to figure out the first time. We've got to head all the way up here. Head all the way to this fella, and what we're going to want to do is talk to him, refine our oak logs. We get paid out for it immediately, so $815. And then if you want to make a little bit of extra money, you can follow those logs down to where they come out, which is all the way down here back inside the main part of the wood refinery. And what you're going to want to do is head on into here, head over to this area, and as you see, the logs are coming in. Boom, getting turned into planks, and then we can just pick up the planks here. There we go. We get a decent amount of them, so about 38. And then if we head on back to the foreman, we should be able to sell these planks as well. Get an extra 380 bucks. A little bit of extra money from this job. Now, the next job we're going to be heading to is going to be one. It's going to take probably one of the longest times, and that is going to be the mining job. So we're going to hit start on that. We're going to head on over to the area, make sure we have some money on us, because we will have to actually buy a pickaxe to be able to do this job. Now, I recommend doing this job not with a sports car like this one, with probably a van or something, so you're able to carry all of the materials, because they do get quite heavy. And for the purposes of this video, we're probably not going to go grab a van, just because it'll take quite a bit of time, and I do want to keep using our car for the time being. But we're going to head on over to the mining quarry. I can show you guys where it's located real quick. It's right off the highway, located right over here in the Davis Quartz mine. So we're going to head over there, and I'll meet you guys when we're there, talking to the foreman and starting this job up. All right, so over at the mining job, to start it off, we're gonna head on over here and talk to the foreman. There also is quite a couple things over here. I do really recommend doing this. I've seen this on a lot of the different jobs, and if you join the Certified Civ work group on the IRC app, which you can download from the App Store on your phone, there's a bunch of people looking for different people to get into their group for jobs. Again, it makes the jobs a ton more easy, and again, you get to kind of, if you're new to the server, meet a lot of people and get some connections that way. Definitely recommend doing it. I see this posted in almost every job, but let's start off the job. So we're gonna hit buy pickaxe because we want to, of course, get ourselves a pickaxe so we can mine. Our inventory's a little full, but it still should be fine for this. We're gonna then hit start work, and he will give you a bunch of places to go mine. So let's head up there. I'll explain a little bit more about how this job works. Alrighty, so over at our first batch of ores. Now, one of the main reasons I made this video is because most of the jobs are pretty straightforward, but they can be a little confusing if you haven't done them before. So for instance, when I first started the mining job, I would just go up and I can't mine. I'm confused on why I can't, until I figured out you actually have to look at these individual nodes to be able to mine the ore, and some of them will give you different stuff. So for instance, I believe all of these are just iron or just regular nodes. So we're going to third eye them, start mining them up. This will take a little bit, so let's skip through it real fast. There we go, and once we're done, we should get some crushed rock. You also might get some iron ore, some gold ore, various different ores that go into your inventory. But once we're done with this rock, again, we don't have to get every single node on it, but it's usually like anywhere from, I'd say, 3 to 5 of them, and then it will completely destroy the stone, and you will get one unknown ore. Now, the unknown ore, as you can see on the bottom right, is what you're going to use to actually turn in and finish the job, and of course, get paid out for it. So it does take a little bit, and please keep checking your pockets. Make sure your pockets don't fill up, because if they do and the unknown ore drops on the ground, and eventually if you don't see it, it will despawn, you are then completely screwed and you have to restart the job, and you don't really get paid anything for it, and you just wasted a bunch of time. So make sure when you're doing these stones, either in between them or every couple of them, just make sure that your inventory isn't getting completely filled up. Now, I'm going to keep going, do as many rocks as I can until I find ourselves one of these special nodes, and I'll show you guys what those look like. So let me keep mining here for a little bit. I'll see you guys in just a second or so. All right, so we finally found or got to one of the rocks of one of these special nodes. You can see this one's a lot different from the rest. I believe it either has a perfect chance to get one of the rare things or just a slightly higher chance. So let's see what we get from this. It is red, so we might get like a ruby or something, or a gem. We'll have to see. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything. Now, I have been told hitting them last is probably the way to go about this. So we definitely didn't do it the right way. I just got a little excited and wanted to try it out. But we're going to keep going here. See if we can find any of those with one of those special nodes. Try and hit it last this time. And I guess, hopefully, get some better stuff from it. All right, so we just mined one that had one of the nodes on it. We didn't actually hit the node itself, because this one actually just went by in a singular swing, or a singular node, to take over the whole rock. But we did end up getting a ruby from it, which is quite nice. Now, I believe we can sell this to the jeweler over at Evangelico's, but I think you need a certain amount of them to be able to sell. Thankfully, we actually got one. We didn't hit that node, but we still got the special item out of it, so definitely some interesting stuff. I do believe it's just this one and that last node that we have to finish, and then we're gonna go hand in all the unknown ore, get paid, and I'll show you guys what to do with the rest of these crushed rocks. All right, so back over at the foreman. So what you're going to do is have all the unknown ore on you, walk on over to this guy, turn in ore, and boom, you get paid $160. And then you can also sell the crushed stone that we were getting from everything. So let's sell all of that, and then we should have some more in our trunk. There we go. Sell the rest of that, and you make a little bit of extra money. Now, the main purpose of this job is not exactly for the money, it's for the materials. We can go to the smelter, I believe, with the ores that we have. I think most of them I put in the trunk for now, and we're able to smelt them there, and then of course either use those materials or sell them to other players. So let's head over to the smelter, smelt all this stuff up, and I'll show you guys what we get. All right, so we're pulling up to the foundry now. I definitely recommend, if you are going to be here smelting a lot of stuff, to lock your car up, as I heard of quite a couple people getting robbed here, or just people going into their trunks and taking everything. But for now, we're gonna grab all the ore we can, which is all of it, thankfully. We are going to lock our car just in case. We're gonna head on inside, and if we head over to this little bench over here, we're able to go over to this, hit smelter, and smelt up some various different things. So we can smelt up our silver bars, which is 4 silver ore each, and I've seen these selling for quite a decent amount, anywhere from like $300 to $400, although that price will vary day by day and of course person to person. But this does seem to be like the main purpose of mining, is to get these various materials that either you may use for crafting, or you can sell again to other players for their crafting expertise. But definitely a cool way to go. So we're gonna smelt up the rest of this stuff real fast. There we go, smelting up the last bit of chromium, and we ended up getting, let's take a look, 3 silver bars, 7 iron bars, and then a couple of the ores left over, along with of course that ruby. So not too bad, not too great, but if you do it for a while, or you do it with a group of people, it goes by real fast and you're able to get quite a lot of materials that way. That's about it for the mining job. Now, the last job on our list is also one of my personal favorites, and that is going to be the salvaging job. Pretty straightforward one. Actually, probably the most straightforward one of all these ones here. So we're going to hit start on it, and it will give us a location up north near Sandy, which is going to be right here at this big old salvage yard. And we're going to head on over there, and I'll show you guys once again how it works. Alrighty, so finally over at the salvage yard. Again, seeing that work group thing around, definitely recommend joining it if you are looking to work with some other individuals and definitely meet some people. But we're gonna go over to him, hit start work, and he's gonna tell us to scrap 15 cars. And what we're gonna do is get back in our car, head on over to this back area over here, and pretty much any of these broken down cars, you can see there's quite a lot of them around, you're able to just go up to and start scrapping them. So we're going to walk on over to one of these, third eye it, hit scrap, and boom, we'll be scrapping the car for anywhere from around 20 to 40 seconds. And you'll get a couple of materials whenever you scrap one of them, as well as one checked off on your labor activity app on your phone. And once you get to 15, you go turn it in, and I'll show you what to do from there. So let's finish scrapping this first car. And as you're about to see, we do get some materials from it. So there we got some copper wire, as well as some salvage parts. We'll talk more about the salvage parts in just a second. It's very similar to the recyclable goods that we were getting from the garbage job, just a little bit different. But I'm gonna go scrap again another 14 of these cars around here. Then I'll show you guys what you do when you're done with that. Alrighty, so finishing the last salvage car, we now have to go back to the yard manager. So let's head back over there. That's the same person that we talked to of course start the job. So let's head on in, or over. We are gonna head on over to this fella, talk to him once again, hit I've finished, and he should give you a package any second now. Our inventory was full, so thankfully it did drop it on the ground. So another tip, make sure your inventory is not full before you do this, or you can get screwed over. So good thing that it at least dropped on the ground and we were able to grab it. But you're gonna grab that package parts from him. Let me store some stuff in our trunk real quick. And after that, he will give you a location to go drop it off. We can see ours is all the way up here, but you can get them pretty much anywhere around the map. And we're gonna head on over to him, turn in these package parts, and we should get paid. So let's head on over there and check it out. All right, so we are just about there at the deliver location. We are gonna get out and give this guy the package. There we go. We get paid $805. And now I'm going to show you guys quickly what to do with the salvage parts that you get that are in the trunk. So I can't show you at the moment, but the salvage parts you get while doing the job, let me show you guys what to do with them. Let's head back to the salvage yard and I'll show you guys how it works. Alrighty, so finally returning to the salvage yard. Once again, instead of going over to talk to the foreman this time, we are going to pull over into this big garage here. And there's a fellow over there. Let's quickly grab all of our salvage parts right there, 82 of them. Head on over to him, and if we talk to him, we're able to exchange these salvaged parts for, again, quite a variety of different materials. For instance, we're just going to turn them all into electronic parts because I know people will buy these and they are useful for quite a couple people. So we're going to hit craft on that. There we go. It should instantly craft them up. There we go. And there we go. Again, as it's going through, it does take a second or two, but we are getting these electronic parts and we can sell those, use those, or do whatever we want with them. And I think that's finally going to be about it for this video. Now, the main part of this video and the main purpose for it was to kind of give you guys a visual representation and kind of a visual tutorial on how to do the jobs. Now, I know there is, of course, it is all explained in text, but sometimes like some small things like hitting the exact nose instead of hitting the rock on the mining or doing this or that can be a little confusing. So I figured I would make a video kind of showing visually how each one of these starter jobs works, and of course how to do them and what you get from them. So hopefully this video has helped you out if you're new to the server and confused about how some of the jobs work or the instructions on how to do them. Now, this video did take quite a lot of time, so if you guys did enjoy it, please make sure to leave a like on this video. But again, without further ado, I think that's going to be about it. As I just said, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.